President Trump is taking new aim at his predecessors' pardons, declaring some of them void.
Doing so could trigger some major legal battles. Doug Lozano live for us in Washington with the latest on this. Doug, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, there are certainly some legal issues at play here. Presidents have a lot of power when it comes to pardons. President Trump, a number of times now has criticized the way that President Biden may have handled them.
It's a full pardon. It's been signed. You might want to keep that one.
It's not that President Trump hasn't signed his share of pardons, and many of them have been controversial. But many of President Biden's, he says, should not stand.
Well, the autopen is under investigation.
Trump has long railed against Biden's use of an autopen to sign orders and pardons. Now writing on Truth Social, anyone receiving pardons, commutations, or any other legal document so signed, please be advised that said document has been fully and completely terminated and is of no legal effect.
You are hereby unconditionally pardoned.
And when President Trump offered the traditional Thanksgiving turkey pardons last month, he drew a distinction over Biden's pardons signed by autopen versus those actually signed by Biden's own hand, including the one for his son, Hunter.
No, Hunter's was good. That was the one pardon, Pam, that was good, right? The rest of them are all invalid.
And President Biden has previously issued a statement on this, saying, "I made the decisions. Any suggestion that I didn't is ridiculous and false."
The Office of Legal Counsel has previously said that presidents can use the autopen.
And it's true that plenty of presidents, including Trump, have used an autopen. The Trump White House argues that Biden wasn't always aware.
And that is an interesting question that gets into whether those orders could be clawed back at some point. But just sort of, unilaterally clawing everything back is probably not going to happen.
So the question would be whether there's actually a test case for this, whether someone actually faces prosecution who has previously been pardoned by former President Biden or another president. The kind of base assumption here is that the president's pardon powers are so sweeping, it's very, very difficult to override them. Bob and Jen.
And it seems like this would be quite the uphill battle, right? This would go to court, and then they would have to prove that Biden did not authorize the pardons at all.
Right. Right, and the former president is already in the record saying that he did authorize them. And, you'd have to have a prosecutor willing to bring charges against someone who has received a pardon, and it's not clear that would happen.
Yeah, the former president's on the record saying that. It'll be interesting to see whether or not former President Biden, speaks out about this, and whether we hear from him now about whether or not all those pardons were done with his approval. All right.
That's right. I mean, we've certainly seen the statement, but is he more forceful than that from this point forward?
Yeah, we shall see. All right, Doug, thank you.
Thank you.